June 30th is a reminder that baseball still has the power to surprise even those who think they've seen everything. Every generation believes the game has exhausted its supply of firsts. Every generation is wrong. On this night at Fenway Park, Wilyer Abreu joined one of baseball's smallest and most unusual clubs. Not the 500 home run club, not the 3,000 hit club, something far rarer. In one game, he hit both an inside the park home run and a grand slam. Think about that combination for a moment. One requires pure power. The other requires speed, instinct, favorable bounces, relentless effort, and just enough chaos. Even if you happen to have stayed in the batter's box for a little bit, thinking it was out of the park. Most players who hit grand slams never hit an inside the park home run. Most players who hit inside the park home runs never hit grand slams. To do both in the same afternoon, that almost never happens. Before this day, only 5 players in Major League history had accomplished it. The last was Roger Maris in 1958. Nearly 7 decades passed before another name was added, Wilyer Abreu. What's remarkable is that this wasn't a dramatic one-run game where every pitch determined the outcome. Boston exploded early. A 7-run first inning transformed the contest almost immediately. Trevor Story delivered the big early swing. Garrett Crochet controlled Cincinnati's lineup. The Red Sox looked comfortable. But baseball has an odd habit. When a game appears decided, history sometimes decides to arrive anyway. In the 5th inning, Abreu lifted a ball deep to right center. He thought it was out. He stayed in the batter's box a little bit. Most home runs clear a fence. This one never needed to. The ball stayed in play, found open space, and suddenly what looked like an ordinary home run or an extra base hit became a race. Around first, around second, charging for third, then home. Inside the park, home runs are among baseball's disappearing acts. Ballparks changed, defenses improved, analytics positioned fielders with remarkable precision. They've become baseball's equivalent of seeing Halley's Comet. Even more remarkable, this was the first inside the park home run by a Red Sox player at Fenway Park since 2011. The crowd celebrated something they rarely have the opportunity to witness. Most players would happily let that be the signature moment of their day. Abreu, though, wasn't finished. Later, with the bases loaded, he came up again. 1 swing, 4 runs, grand slam. The box score now contains something historians immediately noticed. Inside the park home run, grand slam, same player, same game. Suddenly, everyone reached for the record books instead of the highlight reels. Sometimes baseball history isn't about breaking a record. Sometimes it's simply about matching something so uncommon that almost nobody alive remembers seeing it happen before. Roger Maris had done it. Now Wilyer Abreu had done it. Generations separated by nearly 70 years, connected by one impossibly specific accomplishment. That's one of baseball's greatest gifts. Its history isn't built only on championships or MVP awards. It's built on wonderfully strange moments that seem too unlikely to ever repeat, until they do. Someone will eventually accomplish this feat again. Maybe next year, maybe 70 years from now. Nobody knows. That's why every game matters, because every game carries the possibility that today's ordinary Monday becomes tomorrow's entry in the record book. And somewhere decades from now, another storyteller will say, the last player to do this was Wilyer Abreu back on June 30th, 2025. Until next time, remember, every date has a story, every game has a destiny. This has been Dates with Destiny. I'm Mr. Baseball, and this has been a Smell Baseball podcast.